Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sister V, and welcome to Eugene Center for Spiritual Living Meditation. I'm going to set the tone. Take a deep breath in. And release. Another deep breath in and release. This time I want you to focus on your heart and take a deep breath through your heart and release through your heart. Now, right now, we'll do a body scan and relaxing ourselves and getting comfortable for this meditation. If you're joining us from home, I recommend you find a comfortable spot, whether you're sitting or lying down. And if you're here at our center, get acquainted with the seat beneath you. I always say, like to find your sit bones, wiggle if you need to, get your back comfortable, breathing just normally. Focusing on your breath. Relax your shoulders. Focusing on your breath. Relax your neck. Focusing on your breath. Relax your forehead. Now focusing on your breath. Relax your jaw. Keep breathing, relaxing your torso and back into the chair. Relaxing your pelvis, your thighs, lower legs. With each breath, you're relaxing your body. And with each breath, you're relaxing your mind. If thoughts come through, what you have to do today, tomorrow, the next, or where you've come from, where you've been, all that, just let it float away and be here right now. Now, some of you have already closed your eyes and gotten into this position. And if you have not, I would ask you to do that now. relaxing your eyelids. And as you relax those eyelids, I want you to tilt your chin slightly upward. And look with your eyeballs slightly upward. And just breathe. As you continue to breathe, I ask that you think about this one word. Love. I ask that you think about, how does love find itself in you? Where is love coming from in you? And ask yourself, am I love? As you contemplate that, I would like to read a meditation from the Science of Mind. Just listen with your eyes closed and think about this word, love. My love goes out to everyone in the world. I do not exclude anything, for I love all nature and everything that is. My warm love lightens everything that it touches, and it goes out to all places. The love flowing through me is a power to all who come into contact with it. And all feel and know that I love. Love within me is complete and perfect. Love within me is complete. Let us Let those words ruminate through our heart, breathing in love, exhaling love. Now I ask once again that we focus on that word, love. And placing your hand over your heart, or both hands if you like. And as we continue to breathe, notice the rhythm of your heart. Feel the in-breath and the out-breath going through the heart. Breathing as deeply as you need to breathe, as softly as you need to. However your breathing is going, let it be. Is this a place where love resides? This heart of mine. And I say, yes. I say, yes to love residing within me. I say yes to this all-encompassing, unconditional, never-ending, ultimate, comforting love. Imagine all the things that love does. And as we take a few more moments to breathe deeply, listening to whatever love has to say to us, let us bring ourselves back to the room, back to wherever you were, into this space right here, right now, in this present moment. I ask you to take one deep breath in and release. Stretch if you need to. Wiggle your toes. Slowly open your eyes. And let this feeling of love be with you throughout the day. Namaste.
Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Radiant and this is
Kathy.
Brian.
And we are grateful members of your Joy Notes song leading team. If you will please rise, we'll sing a couple songs. Get this party started. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. And we are. If you'll please turn to your neighbor and remind them that they're the place where God shows up. Greet them with love, the love we have for everything, for all things love is.
Well,
Ow, a rainbow.
This is On the Wings of Love, right?
yeah.
No.
I don't really know this one, but it'll be all right.
That's it.
If you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song.
On the wings of love, up and above the clouds.
The only way to fly
Is on the wings of love. On the wings of love. Every one of us together flying high. Flying high
on the wings of love.
on the wings of love. Up and above the clouds.
the only way to
fly
is
On the wings of love.
On the wings of love, every one of us
Together flying high.
flying high upon the wings of love. On the wings of love, up and above the clouds, the only way to fly is on the wings of love. On the wings of love, every one of us together flying high, flying high on the wings of love.
Awesome. If you have devices, please silence them now. And thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday with us.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. At this center, we know spiritually empowered people live richer, fuller lives. So we use the principles of science of mind to inspire minds, open hearts, and empower lives. We acknowledge that we are meeting on the unceded traditional territory of the Kalapuya peoples. On this hot summer day, I welcome everybody. A bunch of people in here. That's great. If you're new or have any updated info, please get our sheets out in the foyer and fill one out and turn it into the office. We're on all the tubes and webs. Get plugged in. For sure. That's what I did, and look at me. No, really. Unity of all life, our Declaration of Principles, number 6. Unity of all life. We believe in the unity of all life and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. And so it is. And so it is. So at this moment, please join us in singing We Are One, following which our practitioner today, Sister V. Stubbs, will lead us in affirmative treatment to set the tone for today's gathering.
Please stand.
Please stand.
We are one.
Feel free to look at your neighbor because we are one.
I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. And peace has come, for we are one.
Morning, good day. I ask you to just relax in your chair. We'll give a little affirmative prayer for this morning. Thank you for being here. We welcome you, divine spirits, that we are all a part of this oneness. And in this oneness, we are co-creators. We are part of the divine. This gathering is centered around being that oneness, that completeness, that infinite love. As each and every one of us sits here today, let us know that everything we need, everything that we desire is within us. Our center of being is spirit. That is in each and every one of us. As we are a part of this divine universe, participating in this life, going through all these things that life brings toward us, we are still divine beings. We are still have a purpose. We still have lessons to learn. And so with that being said, I am so grateful to know that this place exists, that these people exist around me, that there is such a thing as spirit that enlivens me, that breathes through this core of this body as it does yours. So know in this space, right here and now, you have everything that you need. There's nothing to want or desire right now. Just be. With this knowledge of the Divine One and the oneness that we are all a part of, I'm so grateful and give thanks for each spirit being represented here today. Letting my words go out into the law, which is the substance that transforms things, our thoughts, into things. And as I speak these words, lovingly, peacefully, and completely, they are so. And so it is.
Thank you, V. Let's see, right now we're in August affirmation time. I'll read it once and then we'll repeat it together. The primary power of the universe is love. I'm willing to explore love as the basis for all relationships, the way to understand life. Love is the key to transforming the world. There you go. Together. The primary power of the universe is love. I am willing to explore love as the basis for all relationships, the way to understand life. Love is the key to transforming the world. Yeah, that's the magic right there. And what else is magic is music. Today's music is by Matt and Mo, our house band. Today's message is by Susan, and it is Love's Ascent. Take it away, folks.
All right. There's nothing like a good Stevie Wonder tune. They're all good Stevie Wonder tunes. This is one I just love to play. It's from Songs in the Key of Life. Get the album, find the album, listen to it. It changed me. So this is Isn't She Lovely? I think he wrote it for his daughter. We didn't rehearse this, but I'm going to do the drum fill at the beginning. I think it's 2 bars. This is the drum fill.
Go for it. Do it. Let's do it.
Okay. If you're new here or if you've been here for a while, we're going to go into a short meditation after we sing this cute song.
Actually, I go straight to the talk and then I do them. It's okay.
But we're still going to sing the song because we're
go
always
for it.
opening. I'm in this moment. As if this is like the most brand new moment ever. I am opening, like the first time opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness, thank you for the music is so beautiful. V's meditation was gorgeous this morning, and the prayer. Thank you, joy notes are amazing. Thank you so much for being here today, and everybody that's participating with their presence or their interactions, just being here in spirit. And with that, let's just take a deep breath and become present in this moment, where we know that there is only one moment. There is only one moment to live in our fullest divine selves, and that is right here, right now. So thank you again for being here. I just wanted to tell you guys about my trip to Mexico to start. I just got back a week and a half ago. Went to the convention there, the Science of Mind convention there in Lake Chapala. And thank you for all of your support with that. I love to tell people that every time I've needed to do something or wanted to do something, I go to Reverend Linda and say, can I do this thing? And she said, you know, can I take this time off? It could be short notice, it can be a lot of notice. And she says, whatever it is, she'll say, well, if you're called to do so, yes, go do that. And I'm just so proud of that, because that's been beautiful for me to be able to do things that I'm called to do. And she's really helped me to see that that's great self-care to do that. And so it's been made my job in many other ways as well, just a real pleasure to be here at the center. So I don't know if you can put that picture up or if you were able to. Maybe not. There's a picture. Oh, yes. Okay. Yay. So, so we had from the beginning, the very first of the morning to the evening, we had, and this is more, there was more people than this, but I've got a story about this group. We had about 60, 70 people, about half of them were practitioners and reverends. Amazing group of people, all day long, having food together, workshops, talks, just an amazing group of people. We had many Spanish-speaking people from all over Mexico, South America, Central America, Puerto Rico, Cuba. We had somebody come from China. So it was really awesome. I was given the task of taking money for some of the events that we were doing and stuff. And I had to figure out pesos to dollars at 7 o'clock in the morning. And so that was an interesting adventure when I don't speak English, I mean Spanish as well. So I had but it was beautiful, and everybody was so understanding and patient with the whole process. We had interpreters the whole time to interpret whether the talks were in English or Spanish. And I just have to say that what I was going for is to commune with people from other cultures, and especially in this time, to really, put myself in situations where I'm getting to know people and other cultures and finding the oneness and the togetherness. And I really found that with it. The people there in the community and that live there have the biggest hearts. They live in a heart space that is so lovely, and just really gave me a reminder to get out of my head and live more in my heart. And so it was I was just on cloud 9 all day long with these people. And everybody, of course, was just really high vibration. We had beautiful music in the evening, dancing. Locals came and danced with us. We had mariachis that played for like 2 hours one night. It was amazing. And I was like, oh my God. Every night was just magical. And I just found that this high vibration was there the whole time. I did not feel, I have been in a place that I'm releasing chronic pain, healing and releasing of chronic pain. This whole week that I was there, I didn't feel my body. I was on such a high vibration. And that's the power of love. That's the power of raising your vibration, is you transcend your aches and pains, and you transcend your little grumpity grumps, and and I stayed away from the news for 10 days, which was huge. So, with the whole thing, so we just had a lovely convention. And there was a group of people that stayed a day after to go see some round pyramids. And I cannot remember the name of it. I wrote it down, but I never could pronounce it. These pyramids that were about 2.5 hours away. They're round, they look like grassy, and they're fairly newly discovered, almost 3,000-year-old, predating Aztec and Mayan cultures. And this is the group that went. And when they came to pick us up, we were told that we would leave at 11 o'clock, and we all had a very light breakfast. We were kind of hanging around, light breakfast. It was not much to breakfast that morning, and coffee. And we were told that we'd be picked up at 11 o'clock in a Sprinter van to go for this 2.5 hour trek to the pyramids. And what arrived was this van that was super broken down, was puttering as it came up, and apparently the Sprinter van had gotten in a car accident or something. And very strange story to the whole thing. And so I was so close, you guys. I have I'm releasing driving phobia from the many accidents I had in the past. And I almost said no, because I also have this thing where, I can't sit without proper, or in my mind, I couldn't sit without proper seating with that far of a drive without being in pain. So it pulled up and I'm like, I don't think I'm getting in that van. And it just was broken down and making noises, the whole thing. Smelled. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let fear direct me today. So I went with the group, and we were I was sitting in the front because it was the more comfortable seat in my mind. But that also made me see everything that was going on around me. And has anybody driven in Mexico? Yes. It is, let me tell you, the people just swerve in and out. It is so wild. They will make, on a 2-lane road, they will pass each other on blind turns. And if somebody's coming, they squeeze out another lane. It is so wild. These people are so mellow and chill and lovely and slow paced, but something happens when they get behind a wheel. I don't know what is going on. The other thing is the big, huge potholes everywhere. They have it is like axle breaking potholes. And then they have these topas that are the speed bumps that come out of nowhere. So you're just constantly like flying through your seat. So I had to really keep myself in check for that drive, to try to keep myself, in a mental state that I was like, everything's breathe, and be really mindful of where I was going with stuff, So, but we get to the pyramids. It was lovely. We walked all around. It was a little bit warm, but everybody just had a lovely time hearing about this ancient civilization. We saw where they played the game with the ball, and they were telling us all the stories, and we saw all the artifacts and whatnot. It was super fascinating and very much worth the drive. So then when we left, they didn't tell us anything, but one thing was like, I thought maybe they'd feed us. And this was getting we were there for hours. And so it was getting later in the afternoon, and I was like, wow, we skipped lunch. I'm starting to get hungry. We get on the road. Nobody says anything to us, by the way, of where we're going or what we're doing. And we get on the road, and we start driving. And we drive, and we drive, and we drive. And I'm like, oh, maybe we're going home. Like, I don't recognize places, But nobody said anything, and the group of people are just enjoying talking, getting to know each other. And so I'm like, okay, roll with the flow. We end up starting to go up this hill. And this hill was so steep, and that the guy had to stop the van. Then he would start going again, and it was a clutch, and he would start going again. This is how steep it was. At one point, we all got out of the van, and they said we were going to this dinner place on top of the hill, finally. That's what they were telling us we were doing. But we had to get out, walk up. I mean, and the whole thing, and it was way up on top of a mountain. I'm like, where, in my mind, I'm like, where are they taking us? During this time, not one of these people peeped a sound of complaint. I was very aware of the fact that everybody was laughing, smiling, being nice, you know, really nice to our driver and chatting and just really good spirits. And I'm like, okay, you know, this is great. We're in an adventure. it's okay. Like, let's roll with this, right? I'm starving. It's okay. I haven't drank any. I need some water before I pass out, but this is going to be fun. So, so we finally get up to this restaurant with this amazing view. And I was like, okay, now I see why we're doing all this. This was really worthwhile. Gorgeous view over this town that I don't know the name of. And, and we ordered all this food, big, huge platter of shrimp cooked in all the different ways. And people ordered their food, and it was all coming out in really sporadic times. And so, like, people got their food. A lot of people got their food and were done eating before some people got their food. Once again, kind of me just going, is anybody getting, you know, nobody was worked up about it in this group. Nobody got worked up about it. Everybody treated the waiters with kindness. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, nobody's taking offense to anything, knowing that they're doing the best that they can. And we had an amazing meal, and it turned out to be like $12 a person. This huge feast that we sat there forever, like until it was dark with watching the sunset. It was gorgeous. So we go and we get back in the van. And they say to us, someone says, finally asked a time question, so how far are we from home? And they said about 2.5 hours. So we had driven somewhere totally out of the way to go to this place. Once again, it was nice, but because of the whole day, it was like, wow, we were thinking we were going on a little excursion, and now it's nighttime, and we're like, okay, 2.5 hours. So I was like, wow, it's been kind of a long, I thought I could take a nap after that big meal pretty soon, you know? So we start going down the hill, and the car dies. Oh, no. And the guy keeps trying to start it as it's coasting down, and it won't start. And so we get down to the bottom of the hill, and everybody gets out, and there just so happened to be a guy working on his truck in this random little town that came over to look at the car. And still, once again, everybody's like, okay, we're just, you know, it is what it is. And we all stand out there. I got to really talking to one of the gals who lives in Lake Chapala and really got to know her better. I think we were out there for a good hour before anybody told us what was happening or what we were doing. But no, we were all just talking and chatting and enjoying the evening. And so they finally said, well, you know, you're gonna have to walk into town, to the square, to wherever, to go get a cab or something, or to go get another driver or something. And they're like, you wanna go, you know, like 5 blocks this way and 5 blocks that way or something like that. So we're walking, now there's a street light here. This is at night, and there's a street light here. And so that's why we got this capture of this picture. But this is us walking down this random, dark, like unknown place with interesting sights and, you know, and things. You know, when you're not really sure of an area, you're kind of like, where are we going? And our guide that was with us kept asking as we were going where to go. So we knew they didn't know what was happening. And, but we walk upon this gorgeous little square. The lights, with the twinkly lights around the gazebo, And there's mariachis playing, and there's little storefronts, and people are just out there on this was a Saturday night, Friday night, whichever one it was, Saturday night. And people are out there with their families, sitting on park benches, just chatting. It was such a lovely sight of community in this little town. It was just gorgeous, and music and all these to-dos. And we walk over and we sit where they're serving ice cream, and we have ice cream, and we all sat there for who knows how long, waiting for who knows who, and to come get us. And nobody cared. And Reverend Rodney, the one in the middle, just out of the blue says, "I'm sure glad we broke that down where we did." And he was like, "Wow." And I was like, "No kidding, we wouldn't even have seen this if we broke down somewhere else." And everybody was just in such a place of gratitude. And I was like, wow, this is really impressive group of people. And that's why I wanted to mention, to show them to you, because it was like, I will never forget this group of people because of the vibration that we had, no complaints, looking for the best in the situation, being nice to the people even when they weren't meeting our expectations as guides or waiters or waitresses, being kind. In fact, giving more money to them because we saw that, they took a collection for the guy that was driving the van. They had to stay in that town overnight with the van. And I don't remember who it was, but somebody said, let's put some money together for that person. Not blaming him for the situation, not, looking to be upset, like putting ourselves in the shoes of these people that were doing the best that they could. So I just flew on, I can't tell you, I was just flying on the highest vibration after this experience. Words can't even describe. So I came back and started to reflect on how can I live in this space going forward, and how can I keep this up? And I wanted to discuss that for the talk, and it's a lot to unpack. But I'm going to start with saying that there's this idea of the reticular activation system that I first heard about from Tony Robbins, but I've also heard in our teachings a lot, and I actually heard somebody speak about this concept at this convention as well. And the idea is this: you have billions of pieces of information coming into your brain all the time. And that if you leave it to your brain's devices, the part that it's going to focus on is what is a danger around you. It's going to focus on what to do to keep you in survival. So the part of your brain that deciphers, if it's left to what it wants to do, is there to keep you safe. It's a part of your ego. It's also, it's called the default mode network. It builds your filter from which you see the world. And it is about safety. It's trying to do a good job for you. But the problem is that the more, if you see something that is fearful, and the more you think about that and focus on it, the neural pathways in your brain continue to connect to that. And so that's all we end up doing is seeing, oh, that person could be harmful to us, or oh, I got to watch out for this situation, or your traumas can build the neural pathways. And so for us to take control of that, we actually, and it's a pretty in-depth thing, but if it sparks your interest, there's a lot of information on this. For us to take control, we have to choose what we focus on to build those neural pathways. We have to decide we're going to see the good in things. We're going to see the lesson in the past. If we're thinking about something from the past, we got to decide to reframe that so that it doesn't cause us, that trauma doesn't cause us problems in the future. Every time that we're in a situation, like we're in this situation, we need to know to look for God in everything. God, Goddess, universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, It is the life force. It is the goodness that is keeping it all together and that we're all a part of. And the more you look and allow yourself to see it, the more you see miracles, the more you see the magic, the more you allow it, the more those neural pathways are like, oh, okay, oh, wow. Yeah, this person, people are actually really nice and people are actually mean well for the most part, and I don't need to be afraid of people. I don't need to be afraid of my environment. And there's actually really lovely things in the world. And you start noticing it in yourself and you start noticing it in others. So that was one of the things that I saw us do here, was focusing on the positive and making it a good experience. And it was gorgeous, beautiful experience. Also, there's a thing that we did is just choosing to let go of the ego attachments. Like, just letting go. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, the food's late, so what? I got my food and it was amazing. The car broke down, but it's not the end of the world. We figured it out. Like, letting go of this constant of looking for things that don't matter. That's, and that is a choice. That is choosing to love life. Choosing to see the adventure of it, choosing to roll with the flow, not get so wrapped up in the little stuff. Like, I don't know why my ego just had such a big to-do with my hair this morning. I had to say to myself, look in the mirror and say, it's not that important. It's just not. You're not that important, as far as the big picture goes. Like, if I fell down and made just a complete ass of myself today, you guys wouldn't care. You'd probably, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you got to keep your ego. Well, I'm sure you would care and help me out, but I'm saying big picture wise, it's not that big of a deal. Like, we get so inflated in our egos. And I mean, me going to be talking this morning, I'm like, I was pretty inflated in my ego. And it's like, no, you know what? It's an hour of space. Just go and do the best you can. Your hair, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So it's really about accepting things as they are and letting go of ego attachments, of trying to control and make it the way you want it to be. Because rarely is life going to be what you decide it should be. So if we can let down our ego and just let it flow. And then the last one I mentioned before with this is to show love and kindness to everyone, even when it's hard. When we can open up ourselves to see that there's a divine light in everyone, even if it doesn't look like it, even when they're not acting a way that we think they should be acting, we can find that side inside of them that we can love, which is pure spirit and pure divine. There's many roads to finding love and spiritual practice to find this. And I think that doing it in a spiritual path is a pathway to freedom. I think religion uses fear to control. But the thing about spirituality is you have to take responsibility for yourself. You have to figure out your own path. You have to have discernment. You're not just asking me to tell you or someone else to tell you. You got to figure out what works for you, because there is so many ways. There's so many ways to do it. Whatever resonates is the way to do it for you. That's it. Like, whatever resonates. The reason why we feel like this too is because we know that every path is divine. We're on an unfolding evolution in ourselves and in society. We know that wherever we are on the path in this moment is for a reason. That we meet the people we need to meet, we see what we need to see to learn the lessons we need to learn. And that, and so, but there's some cues that we can go to figure out how to do our spiritual path. We can look at people that seem enlightened or at peace. We can look to these people to learn. When Rodney said, oh, thank goodness, this is where we broke down. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't think of that, and it's like, look to people too. And that's where part of the responsibility lies too. put yourself in positions where where people support you, support a vibration of love. It's hard to do it if you're circled with people that are bringing you down. Vibration is really contagious. And so turning off the news as much as you can. That is not a world that is even happening right now. You're watching something that happened in the past. We don't want to save the world. We want to let that world go. Let's be creators right now, here and now, to create where we're going in the future. The view is forward, not behind. I say don't save the world, let that one go. Let's transform to a new world, a new vision, a new place that vibration is love and understanding, and that we can support each other. So, that's the biggest thing I want to share with you guys. And I'm just going to glance at my notes to see if there was anything else big that I need to get off my chest. Well, I was just going to quickly mention that the golden rule, there is pretty much most philosophies have some form of the golden rule. Do unto others as you do unto yourself. Well, it occurred to me that doesn't work at all if we're not treating ourselves well. And so if I'm terrible to myself, I'm not taking care of myself, what am I doing? What am I vibrating to the world? So we got to start with ourselves. We got to start with self-love. And I'm just learning this in my 50s. I thought my whole life, I thought that I was doing good for others. I overextended myself with volunteering. I had a career that I was helping people, but I realized that was all ego-driven, that I was looking for my worthiness in outside things, that I was looking for validation somewhere else. And when I realized, I'm not serving anybody if I'm not serving myself first, because and the people pleasing is toxic. You end up burning yourself out. You end up trying to control things. Well, I'll speak for myself. I thought I was doing good, but I was actually taking other people's paths and being like, this is what you should be doing, or trying to help fix things, or trying to make them happy. And that's always a dead end, because people have to take responsibility for their own happiness. We cannot make each other happy. We can live by example. We can live in our full authentic selves, but we cannot force other people. In fact, it makes it worse. We enable them. And that's the sad part. I lived my whole life thinking I was helping people, and when it just toxic relationship after relationship with jobs and people, it was heartbreaking, because I thought I was doing the right thing. But I was not giving people the opportunity to take control of their own lives. I took from them their own path, with me trying to help with the way that I thought they should be doing it. And that's what, when we learn in practitioner studies, we're not here to tell anybody, to guide anybody on what they should be doing in their path. We are here to ask questions, or to help support people finding it in themselves. And that's where I'm leading my life now. And when I've gone within to really search for who I am through meditation and different practices, that's where now my passions are starting to come out. And that's where our gifts lie. That's when we really are a benefit to humanity. Because then we know when we're called to do something, that's genuine. You're not doing it out of ego, and it's a different space. So there's a lot of ways to dissolve the ego, whether it's meditation, go to a cave and meditate for a long time. There's all kinds of practices, but no matter how many classes a person takes or spiritual reading people do, it comes down to going within. And finding within yourself, and finding your true nature, which is a spirit that is eternal, divine, perfect, whole, and complete, regardless of the appearances of the body, regardless of the appearances in the conditions of the world. There is a perfect life force that is permeating between all of us. It is the glue between all of us. That's where the oneness is. That's where I can see that in you. That's where I see that in me. And that's where love lies. And I would love to see if we could live in a state of namaste, where the divine in me sees the divine spark in you and gives you a little, and we're gentle with each other. Give each other a little bit of a break and realize this life is not easy for anybody. This life is, you get very far in life, you're gonna feel beat up because there is trials and tribulations. Everybody has them. I don't know anybody, like I said when I spoke before, I don't know anybody that doesn't have it. If you don't, you've led a pretty boring life. But so, I don't mean that to be rude, because I just absolutely know everybody has had hard times. We have losses and fears, and we're just here to, like Ram Dass said, we're just here to walk each other home, support each other, and love each other. And thank you for being here today. Oh, V. Oh, we are going to have V is going to do a transformational moment if you would like to. Would love to have it. Thank you.
Sure. Well, you know, things happen, you know, when we least expect it, and you know, you think about it, you pray about it, and so just a little thing, you know, we needed some help, and this lady gave my wife her number like a few weeks ago. It's been like over a month ago, I think, because we need some help around the house. You know, we have this big, it's not a farm, but we have chickens, and we have, we're growing, you know, fruits and vegetables and stuff. So it's a little mini farm, pretty much. So, and then you know, there's the inside of the house that needs to be, you know, upkept and dusted and floors swept and things like that, dishes cleaned. And I take care of my mother too on a part-time basis. So with all that going on, I was like, gosh, really need somebody to come just help us out. And my wife, she just, as I'm thinking that, my wife, she comes in and she goes, she's talking to this woman on the phone. And she was, you know, she's, listen. Okay, so I listen. And she's talking to this woman on the phone. And this woman lives where we live, in Oak Ridge. And she says, can you come today? And we will talk to you. Can you come today? And the lady says, yes. So she came, and I talked to her, and I said, well, we really don't need any help with caregiving for my wife right now, but could you do some house cleaning? She goes, oh, yeah, sure. I said, yeah, things just kind of, you know, get away from us because we don't have all the energy, you know, to do everything. So we really use some help. And just that moment right there, I was just like, she came that day. My wife had her on the phone when I was just thinking about this thing. My wife had her on the phone. She came that day for an interview. She worked the very next day, which was Friday, so Thursday happened, then Friday she came to help us clean the house. And I was just like, that was just so like easy, you know, almost like too easy. So, and you know, you start questioning yourself, well, that was just really easy. And I said, Spirit, well, that's, you know, and Spirit's speaking to me, yeah, that's the way it is most of the time. Just easy. Just think about something. Genuinely think about something, what you want to have. It's not silly. To me, clean the house is a good big deal. But yes, the fact that just eased into my, you know, life with grace and ease. That's my affirmation every day, to live life with grace and ease. Thank you so much.
Do we do offering? Yes. Yay. Are you gonna do, or I do it? All right. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the center in all the ways that you do, being present with your time and your money and your talent and connection with others. This is what makes it happen.
With a joyful heart.
We ask you to give, and knowing that it expands, it always expands and comes down back to us, pressed down, multiplied, and radiant.
Overflowing.
Yes.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything.
And so it is, and we're so grateful because we get another song by the house band.
Thank you.
Do a little song, a little number for you. Got a song that's been bouncing around in my head. I don't even know how I know it, but I want to celebrate Susan, celebrate and honor you. You're strong, you are wise, and sometimes you're a soft place to fall. And we love that about you. So this is a song for you.
Thank you so much. That was so sweet. Oh my gosh. This is my first day of my 56th trip around the sun. And that was the best birthday present I have received. That was so sweet. Thank you so much. That was just lovely. I'm so touched. Thank you. I think we do announcements, but I'm not sure. Okay. Discussion group, if anybody wants to meet in the back to talk about, you're welcome to get together and meet and chat. I don't know if anybody wants to lead that or not, but if you would like to go back there, just whoever wants to, go back and chat. That'd be great. And that's after the gathering. Transmission meditation with Bethel, amazing time. Meditation, she explains how we meditate in a way that is for ourselves and also puts out good energy to the world. And so it's for us and for the world, and it's really amazing. I highly recommend. I love doing it. And thank you, Bethel, for keeping it going for us. It's wonderful. Men's coffee on Tuesdays, writing for your soul on Thursdays at noon, bereavement group on Thursdays. If you're interested in any of those and want more information, let me know. First Saturday workshop, September 6th, is going to be Reverend Trish. And I don't see what the title of that is, but that's always a fun time together. And then we have the Death Cafe on third Saturdays with Karuna. And that's a really nice group to get together to talk about anything you want to talk about around death. Shamanic drumming is starting up again on the 18th is the date. It seems like a middle month. Sometimes we get confused because it seems like a middle week of the month, but it actually is the third Saturday. Super excited to get back doing that. We took a little break in the, yes?
Oh, it says November? 16th.
Oh, November. Oh, it's not funny, and I read it too. We know what we mean. It's this month.
Okay.
And it's the 16th. That's funny. Oh, I just read it. That shows you how much I was paying attention. It is the 16th of this month, which is this Saturday. And so I really account a lot of my spiritual growth. This is one of the avenues. Rich is amazing, and it has been so opening of an experience. The journeying and and opening it up, connecting with divine and each other within this group has been magical. So I highly recommend this. And it is given on a love offering basis. It is really quite a gift. Okay, trash to tithe. We've got we accept cans, donations, and we made $500 last quarter. So that was, or maybe half a year, I'm not sure, but regardless, it was significant. So thank you for doing that. And book boutique, if anybody would like to see any books, let us know, and we can turn the lights on. Oh, we've got our book council. It will be open, so go ahead and take a look around if you like. Okay, and then the practitioner, if you'd like to come up and talk about what practitioners do, if you. Sure. All right. Thank you so much. Wow, and it's almost perfect timing. That's wild. I had no idea how long to talk.
Everything works out. Yeah. Well, my name is Sister V, and I'm a practitioner of Science of Mind. And what that means is that we see the truth of you. There's other practitioners that are available. We could have a miracle moment with you, and if you're going through something or want to celebrate something, we take a few minutes with you and give you a spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer. That is, just have you to get with us. So, like Susan said, we show you that you have everything, that it's within you, and we treat for that the things that you want and desire, you already have within you. You just need to bring them forth. And using, our words in the spiritual mind treatment, that's, on a one-on-one basis, that's usually what happens. We see the truth the bigger picture around those little annoyances of life sometimes. So if I could have the practitioners that are here stand up, and I'll say your names out loud. We have Kathy Day and Radiant Gaines, Susan Cochran, and myself, Sister V. And also be aware that if you want a deeper session, you want a more in-depth session, we're available. We don't have office hours, but some of us do have office. Some of us do have office hours. You could call the office, we're on the website, CSL Eugene website. You could send a message there if you want an in-depth session. And I just wanted to mention that because we've been remiss about saying that if you want to come to us, send an email, and we can, sit down with you and have a real good talk. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. And our closing song, we'll have our
If you'll please rise, we will sing our closing song.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet on the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pitter pat? Your beat is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. This rover's crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. On the sunny side of the street. On the sunny side of the street.
Repeat after me. I am divine, unconditional love expressing.
I am divine, unconditional love expressing.
Woohoo!